Welcome all to the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how fantastic clean Toyotas are and shiny Toyotas, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and germs. My name is Tyler, and joining me once again here in the studio today, before we get into the other person that's joining us in the studio, is Mr. Jimmy Jett. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice.
Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Glad to hear it.
Yep, getting a lot of work done and finishing up some projects here before we head out to the Mo of Ab.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit on a future episode, I think. I don't know. We're recording a lot of episodes here, getting ready for this trip, so making sure that the content keeps coming for you guys while we're gone. So I'm not sure what order these are going to roll out in, but yeah, we'll figure it out as we go. It's kind of like mine and Jimmy's life. Make it up as we go.
Kind of, yeah.
Now we got a fun episode here today, though. We have a special guest in the house to talk about something that's coming in the gift boxes.
Yeah. And hopefully by now everybody's received their gift boxes. They went out on a week from today. So they were all shipped out, but hopefully everybody has got them before you're listening to this recording. If you haven't got your gift box yet and you want it to be a surprise, just pause. Don't continue.
Don't play this episode
Don't play
yet.
this episode yet.
Also, if you have not gotten your...
And don't read the title.
Yeah. If you haven't got your gift box yet, then it's probably because the post office destroyed them all when I dropped them off.
That could be.
So I got into a little bit of a fight with the clerk lady.
Dropping all those boxes off?
Yeah. I'll tell you about it off air.
I will. I'm kind of interested.
Yeah. So anyways, we got a fun topic for you guys today, but we are now well into April here. So we're into National Welding Month. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the welding content at the beginning of the month. Hopefully we're going to have another one for you after we get back from Moab to close out the month. We have 2 gift boxes to give away for the monthly giveaway. So we'll have 2 lucky wieners at the end of the month. As we get into May, we'll be able to announce those. The winner of March's giveaway, the Devos Outdoor Light Ranger, we have not, as of this point in time when we're recording, we have not gotten in the Patreon results yet. So we will let you guys know, I think, on Thursday's episode this week.
Yes. Thursday's coming up. Possibly Thursday's past.
Yeah.
We'll see. We don't know yet.
But yeah, we'll hopefully we'll have a winner out there for you guys for that Light Ranger. Really cool item from Devos Outdoor. Thank you guys. Jimmy, you put up yours in your house.
I did indeed. It didn't. So the ceiling in the house is, I don't know, vaulted. Yeah, a little bit vaulted. And I was able to fully extend the light all the way up to its full potential, like 9 feet, and it didn't hit the ceiling. But when I moved it hit the ceiling. I don't know if the assistant noticed that or not, but it lights up really good. And the thing that the assistant said is, sweet. Now, if the power ever goes out, we can get lighting in the room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a camping lantern. We're going to take it camping. This is for the one purpose of like, if we randomly get a power outage.
It works great for that though, too.
It would. It definitely would.
Lights up the whole room. I wish I'd had it when the power went out. My whole family was over for New Year's.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. You could have drove up and borrowed mine too.
Right.
Yeah, we're just doing more product testing for Devos, you know, just different ways that you can use their camping lantern.
Yeah. So, cool, man. We got the Light Ranger going out for a lucky winner here. We'll announce that either on last Thursday's or this coming up Thursday's episode. We got the gift box tier is open this month for the month of April. So if you guys want to move tiers around, now is your opportunity. You can bump up tiers, move down tiers. If you don't want to be in the gift box tier anymore for coming up in October, November, you can bump down and get out of that tier. If you want to bump up into the gift box tier for October, November. Now is the month to do it. So as of April 30th, we will be closing down that tier. So you can't get in anymore. So you have until the end of the month here to get in and move around if you want to.
Yeah, definitely.
So where do they go to do that?
So to do that, you go over to iRate 4x4 and go down in the sections there, and you can find the watch, listen, and discuss section. And then the very first podcast or title or form there is Snail Trail 4x4 because we're the best. I did notice that we have a newcomer.
When did that happen?
Somebody let the trail chasers in.
Why would they do that?
I don't know, but you know what's great about it? Is now Wheeling Wine and Whiskey is third.
And they're still last.
Yeah.
That's
still
awesome.
last. So I do understand that they're ranking them by popularity. That's how I get it.
Yeah.
So anyways, go into the Snail Trail 4x4 form. And then if you're on the mobile device, all the signups are all the way at the bottom. Scroll down to the bottom. If you're on a desktop or PC, slide over onto that right side of your screen and that'll be over there.
Cool. I like it. So I guess without further ado, let's get into this. I think it's going to be a fun talk here with this gentleman.
I think it's going to be great.
So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right on back with Mr. Summershine / Total Off-Road Podcast here on Snail Trail 4x4 Podcast because, you know, we are the most popular and he wanted to be popular for once. So we'll be right on back with Steve. Grab your drinks.
Are you tired of landing in potholes and bouncing off obstacles? To play at your full potential, correctly tuned coilovers allow you to float over the rocks and gain more traction. At 4-Wheel Underground, our full suspension systems include custom-tuned coilovers for your specific application. To learn more, visit 4wheelunderground.com.
Everything from overlanding in your stock rig to full-on LS-powered 2 buggies on stickies. This is the Snail Trail 4x4 Podcast. I'm Steve.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Jimmy. And this is episode...
You guys' podcast?
What? I forgot what episode we're on. Shoot. That's how professional we are. But how you doing, Steve?
You know, that intro fits you guys' podcast way better than it fits mine.
I don't know.
You guys actually talk about all those things.
Not really.
For sure. You guys have talked about some overlanding stuff, and you've had that Ultra 4 guy on there.
You have a couple Ultra 4 guys.
Yeah.
2 buggy and stickies, I guess.
See?
2 buggy on stickies. We've had Jason on once or twice.
You've had Jason on. That totally counts.
Yeah.
That does check all the boxes. He overlands with stickies and a 2 buggy.
I know.
That's
now
true.
all he needs is that rooftop tent on the top of that buggy.
Put a rooftop tent on the Lance.
Yeah.
We put the RTT on the Lance, man.
Lance life.
Yeah. Can you imagine having a GFC on the Lance that he could access from inside the Lance, have a ladder that goes up like a 3-story?
You wouldn't be able to go under an overpass.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think he drives a Ford. I don't think it'll pull it.
Yeah, probably not.
Ouch.
At least not without ending up at the dealership later. So
I got to jab him a little bit here and there.
And so what do you drive? What's your heavy puller?
It's a Ram.
Oh, Dodge fan, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a Dodge. It's a Ram.
It's a Ram.
Yeah.
True.
I am actually not particular on what brand. I'm not brand specific on anything. Obviously, I have a handful of Jeeps. I've got an Oldsmobile. I've had Chevys, Ford, a Mazda. Have I owned any Fords? I had a Ford Ranger, but I never drove it. It was just it was a parts vehicle. I don't think I've ever owned like any Fords that I've actually driven. But the whole reason that I went with the old Fiat out here, the Fiat 1500, is because I like the interiors better.
Oh,
and I was also looking for a very specific tow pack.
Is it like only available on that 1500, or was that the one that was the one you found with that tow package? Yeah,
the tow package that comes on the Ram 1500s 2014 and later comes with 392 gears, the 8-speed trans, and it has the integrated tow brake. And for me, that was a must have. I was tired. Everything I'd read about online, people were saying, "Hey, go with the 392 gears if you're going to tow." Mm-hmm. And even though they do just fine with the 321s and the 355s, but I was tired of not being able to tow hills very well. Mm-hmm. And so I just said, screw it. I was like, I'm going with that specific package. And I also wanted everything to be color matched. And I looked in Ford, I looked at some F-150s and stuff like that, and I looked at some Chevys, and I just couldn't find everything that it was exactly what I wanted, which is what Ram had. At the end of the day, that's what I ended up with.
Interesting. Yeah, my 2013 F-150 has the integrated brake controller into it, which is a super nice feature to have.
What do you know what gear ratios it has in it?
I don't actually. I've never looked into that.
Yeah. You said it's a 13?
Mm-hmm. I do have the rear e-locker though, so it's pretty much
nice.
Buggy. It's
yeah, pretty much. Buggy with sheet metal skins.
Eco diesel buggy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the EcoBoost buggy.
Hey, those Eco diesels get with it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, the EcoBoost, they get with it pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Ian had one of those for a short while. I think he had like a 15 or a 17.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing, he had a trailer on there and took off from a stoplight one day and started rolling into that throttle. And as soon as those turbos lit, it just started lighting the tires up. I was like, that's pretty impressive with a trailer on.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, that's pretty good. Like, you know, you got an extra 5 to, I think, and he had a little Kubota 3-cylinder sitting on the front of the trailer. So he had tongue weight. And I was like, that was pretty good. That was awesome.
Nice.
Anyway.
Well, man, we have you here on the podcast today. I forgot that we were doing a podcast there for a minute.
Yeah, we're just general chat.
Podcast?
Yeah, right.
Just back to talking.
The red button is pushed.
You'll know we've forgotten that we're doing a podcast when it slips right back into business talk.
Oh, I know. We'll probably end up there at some point. No, we're here today. So we do our gift box every 2 months, twice a year, every 6 months. And in this gift box, we were like, we saw that you were branching out. Everybody, I don't know about everybody, but a lot of people have known, if they listen to Total Offroad Podcast, you are Steve from Total Offroad Podcast. You're also from Steve from Summershine, and you do a lot of polishing. And you have a really cool TikTok account where you do some pretty interesting videos about polishing as well. And so I know you've been doing that for a while.
How many followers do you have on your TikTok account now?
So TikTok's the big follower account, with 740,000.
Wow, man!
Got 155,000 on Instagram, and just a hair over 60,000 on.
That's awesome!
Wow, that's
congratulations!
Cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
we're creeping up on 1 million. I'm ready for another video to hit hard and push us over the edge of 1 million across platforms.
Wow.
But yeah, there's a point where you're going to reach the limit of your audience.
Yeah.
There's only so many people that are going to enjoy that content. So
yeah,
I have to keep that in mind when I'm like, why am I not at 3 million?
Sure.
Yeah. Smaller pond, bigger. You can be like a bigger fish in a smaller pond. I know.
Yeah. It's kind of like an off-road podcast. Doesn't matter how good you are. There's still an audience cap.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
But
we've, I think we've experienced that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
For
sure.
Well, cool, man. You are branching out from polishing into now selling some really cool products. We heard about this planned product launch and getting into these products, and we were like, hey, these are actually going to coincide really well with our April gift box. So we reached out to, and we were like, dude, we want to get these products in the gift box. We think it'd be a great match for all of our listeners. All of our listeners have vehicles. Some people actually like to keep their vehicles looking nice and clean. And you've come out some really cool products to be able to accomplish that and help people do that. So we reached out, and you were like, hell yeah, let's do it. And so we put some really cool products in the gift boxes for everybody coming out. So I think pretty much everybody should have received their gift boxes by now and has been able to see what's in them. So I wanted to kind of take this episode and this opportunity to have you on to talk about these 4 products that we sent out to everybody, and kind of how they benefit everybody that's getting them, and how they benefit vehicles. And then, you know, some of the other products that you've got coming out as well, and some of the ones you already have out. So
absolutely
cool, man. Let's start with, I think the one I'm looking forward to the most, which is the ceramic coat.
Absolutely.
What is your ceramic coat? How does it all work? Why should people consider looking into it?
Right before we get into the ceramic coat, I just want to preface this episode a little bit. We're going to step on each other quite a bit in here because the internet, we have a storms going through here. And so my internet was bad and we don't have a video connection.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some gaps and we're going to step on each other a little bit. So I apologize for that up front. To anybody that's listening, it's like, why are you talking over him? Well, there's a little bit of a time gap. So hopefully we can fix that in post if need be. But let's get into the products. So our Razzle Dazzle ceramic spray coating is a ceramic spray. It's a ceramic spray detailer, essentially. We call it a spray coating because it is coupled with a carnauba wax also. So it's going to give you that deep luster and shine that you want, but it has silicon dioxide in it, about 13%. And it does a fantastic job of giving you that nice shine on your paint, and then also giving you the hydrophobic nature of what you're looking for when you want that water to beat off like a freshly waxed vehicle. And like I said, the carnauba on the back end just gives it that little more pop in your paint. You put that on a black truck or put it on something with richness and color in the paint itself, you can really see where you've wiped because of how it changes the gloss of it.
That's cool. So how did you come up with that name, Razzle Dazzle?
So the name of all of these products are actually a little bit of a goof. Like me and my really good friend, Derek, who drives the truck, we're on the phone quite a bit, and we're always, goofing back and forth about stuff. And so Razzle Dazzle is something he's been saying for a while. He'll got to get out here and give him the old Razzle Dazzle, talk about having to go get a load or something like that. Or if he's going to go past somebody in the fast lane, come up here on his back door and give him the old Razzle Dazzle as he goes blowing by him. So it's like, we've always been saying that back and forth a little bit, and it's just kind of a joke between us, and
okay.
And then when we started making the product, I was like, I'm gonna call that ceramic Razzle Dazzle. He started to laugh, and I was like, yeah, that's the move.
That's fun.
And then the audacity, Bert Kreischer just came out with his new Netflix special, and it's called Razzle Dazzle.
Oh, wow.
No way.
I don't know if that's good marketing or just him being a copycat, but whatever. I'll let it slide this time.
Yeah. Good SEO for you. So
yeah, exactly.
Nice. So that's the ceramic spray. Yeah. So you've got silicone dioxide in there, and you said that does what for your rig?
So silicone dioxide is what the industry refers to as ceramic. So when you talk about going to get your vehicle ceramic coated at a shop, what they're using is a solvent-based silicone dioxide that is thicker than you're going to get out of a spray because it'll harden. If you try to put it into a spray, it'll crystallize.
Okay.
And so that's why it has to be solvent-based and all that stuff. But the silicone dioxide is exactly what that is. It's what it creates when it does harden is this hard shell-like layer, and it's ultra thin, almost microscopically thin, but it's thick enough that it does add just a small layer of protection in the spray form. A small layer of protection, and the hydrophobic is the real benefit. Okay. It also has a little bit of UV. To my understanding, I'm not a chemist, but from my understanding, it does add a UV protective layer
as well to your paint. So that's cool. I've always thought of ceramic spray coating exactly kind of what you're saying. It's almost like a shield for your paint, right? And the body of your vehicle. It helps things from getting really stuck on your paint and really kind of degrading and eating away at the paint for other what am I looking for? Elements that could get on your paint job and ruin your paint job.
I was going to say, I'd be really interested. I haven't tried it yet. And of course, my Jeep is so scratched up that pinstripes, you'd never find a new one. I'd be really interested to see if you put a couple coats of that spray ceramic on there, if you went out, if it would kind of inhibit pinstriping to some degree. That would be very interesting.
I would imagine if you put it on thick enough, put on enough layers, like put one on, let it dry out, put another one on, dry it out. And I would imagine it would act like that. It would at least help with pinstriping. I don't know about like hitting a rock, but
yeah, I don't think it's that thick.
Nope.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
If it works that good, believe me, it will sell.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
It's armor coating.
So ceramic coating, and this maybe this is a myth that I've heard, so I'm hoping you can clear this up a little bit. But if you go to like an actual detail like shop or like, a place that will detail cars, they have a ceramic coating that they'll offer, and they say it's, it'll last for 3 years or something. Is this the same? Because I've always taken it as the assumption that the ones that I can buy at a store or your supply of ceramic coating is not the same quality that something is at a detail shop. Are they the same quality? How long will this one last? How do they compare?
So like I was saying earlier, the ceramics that you're going to get at a shop are a solvent based, and they're way higher percentages. So like I said, mine's about 13%. If you go to a shop to get a ceramic applied, something like a Ceramic Pro product or something like that, some of the higher quality ceramics, IGL makes one, and there's a few other companies as well. But if you go get those, we're talking about a silicon dioxide content of somewhere between 80 and 85%. And so they're a lot thicker, but also a lot more temperamental when you're trying to apply them. If you get it wrong, they're self-leveling to a certain degree. But if you put a swipe in that panel with that ceramic while it's trying to set up, it's there. You have to buff it back off.
Oh, wow.
Like with a buffer and compound. Yeah. And so with the spray coating, the nice thing about the spray coatings is you can put in, and something you would get at a shop can last, 1 year. I think they have, so the shop local to us, they've got a 6-month coating that they can put on, and it's just a few $100. And then you can go all the way up to a lifetime coating, which can run you between, I think, $3,000 and $5,000, depending on what you're doing.
Wow.
And with a lifetime coating, they put on 3 coats of that. And then they also have you come in for an annual checkup where they will clean the vehicle, inspect the coating, and then reapply it anywhere that it has maybe thin or it's had abrasions on it, like a car cover over or something like that. The silicon dioxide is a wear fail. It's a wear fail product or coating. So you can't put a chemical on and strip it back off.
Oh,
it has to be stripped. It has to be stripped back off by wearing it off with either sanding or like polishing it, essentially.
Right.
Once it dries up, it's on.
It's done. Yeah, it's on there. Yeah, it doesn't come back off. In fact, my cousin and my brother are both body guys, and anytime you say ceramic, they just cringe because when you get a vehicle that has ceramic coating on like that and they come in and they need to blend a panel, they have to sand the entire panel down to get all the ceramic off before they can put new clear coat back down.
Wow.
So in the body shop world, it's really crazy. So, but either way, those last, up 2 years. And if you're talking about a ceramic spray coating, the max you're going to get out of something like that, maybe if you put several sprays on it and then just let it ride, the max you're going to get is maybe 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
So, I don't want to oversell something and say you'll get a year out of this product. It's not like that, but at the same time, it's so easy to apply that you go wash your vehicle at the car wash or you wash it at home, something like that. As soon as you get done and you dry it off, you can spray this stuff on there and go around the vehicle in a matter of 10, 15 minutes and have the whole thing wiped down. And boom, your coating's brand new again. You've got a fresh application of ceramic on there, which is what I've been doing with my truck. And I was thoroughly impressed the other day.
Excellent. I do know that ceramics can be applied to almost every type of material as well. Is that correct? Like you can apply the ceramics to seats and the rubber, like for your window rubber molding, and how about windows? Can it be applied to pretty much everything?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I actually just this morning, so we're still playing with this product. We did some development and we had product samples and stuff like that where you'd have a couple bottles that you'd sample. And once we got it to where we liked it, we're like, okay, cool, send that to production. Well, that's all good. But when you have cases of it to play with, now you're ceramic coating everything.
Right.
So like I ceramic coated the box for the wheel machine in the shop, and I split it in half. So I put tape on it, ceramic coated one side of it, and it literally like would hold less dust on it. Wow. And I think that's a powder coat that's on there. And then just this morning I went outside and split. I've got a Liberty sitting out here with the blown engine. And I was like, that thing hasn't been waxed in a lifetime. When it rains, it just sheets off. It doesn't bead at all. And I went out there and taped off the hood this morning and actually did razzle dazzle on one half of the Jeep. And so if you go out there right now, one side of the Jeep is just a sheet of water and the other side is nothing but beads. And that's just from one wipe down. I literally spent 5 minutes out there wiping it down.
That's cool.
And then the other day we were coming home from our trip down to Louisville. And I was driving. Now I've wiped razzle dazzle all over that truck. The only thing I haven't done on it is the windshield. And the windshield just has like, $1 gallon washer fluid in it. And so there's nothing on that windshield. So as soon as it starts to even just drizzle, the windshield turns into a lake. Like you have to run the wipers almost constantly. And I'm like, this thing needs coating on here bad. So we stopped off at a gas station to get fuel. And I was like, while I'm here getting fuel, I'm going to razzle dazzle the windshield. So I did. I jumped up there, sprayed it all over the windshield, buffed it off with a microfiber, and I didn't run my wipers the rest of the way home.
Wow. Nice.
It was just like putting Rain-X on. I'm like, perfect.
That was going to be my next question. Is it essentially it's a replacement for Rain-X too? I mean, you can use it in a lot more other stuff, but it becomes a Rain-X coating because of the hydrophobicness of it. Yeah.
Right. And so one of the things that I haven't tested, and I probably will at some point, I'll probably take and section. It would be really interesting to do it in like multiple sections.
Mm-hmm.
So like tape the windshield off, do a third of it with Razzle Dazzle, a ceramic spray coating,
Mm-hmm.
a third of it with Rain-X, and then another third with a product called Aquapel. Have you guys ever seen that product?
No.
So Aquapel comes in an applicator. You hold it, and it's like probably 3 or 4 inches long. It's got felt on one side of it, and it's actually got like little wings off of it that you hold, and you snap those wings, and it opens it up, and all the product inside goes down into the felt. And you literally just smear it all over the windshield, and then you buff it back off with a microfiber. I'm fairly certain it's a silicon dioxide product. I haven't looked at it in a while to see. I bought it a few years ago, but it's fantastic. You put it on there like that, and you buff it back off, and it will keep that windshield from like hydrophobic for months.
Interesting. Wow. Well, that's kind of an interesting concept because then it's no longer a spray; it's a solvent that you're rubbing on.
Application.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
There's some claims out there that Rain-X, whatever's in Rain-X, actually softens the glass.
Oh.
I don't know. I've heard it several times from people. I don't know what the chemical, like what the chemistry is behind that.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's like, oh, well, that's interesting. Like, do you not want to use that? I don't know. But either way, this is something you can just, buff on there real quick and buff back off, and it stays hydrophobic and it's good to go, and you can apply it. But like I said, it's a wear fail, so your wipers scrubbing across it will wear that coating off that windshield.
Yeah, that makes sense. What about as like an anti-fog application?
I don't know yet. I haven't had a chance to check that. That would be interesting to know.
Now you need to spray half of the inside of your window.
I didn't even think about it because I razzle-dazzled the inside of the windshield, but I've never, like, if your windshield doesn't fog, then you don't think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like on a day when you would normally, like when it would fog up, you're not going to, if it doesn't fog, you're not going to be like, oh, my windshield's not fogging up. That's weird.
Yeah.
But, so that would be something cool to try. Do half of one window in the vehicle.
Yeah.
Probably the one where Owen sits next to, because he hot breaths the windshield back there.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. So he they can draw. Yeah, they can just draw on it.
No, it's ceramic. You can't. It doesn't leave fingerprints.
Oh. Yeah, but they draw in the fog if they could fog it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
So
from ceramic, you need to have a clean car before you apply the ceramic, right? You don't want to apply it over a dirty car. Ideally.
I mean, hey, you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you gave us two cleaning ones. One's what is it? Relentless all-purpose and good soap wash and wax.
I see where this is going now.
Where's it going?
to more products.
Yeah.
So the Relentless is a non-acidic all-purpose cleaner. It is excellent for, since this is an off-road podcast, we'll talk about dirt stuff. If you go out and you got your top off, you got your doors off, whatever, and you get mud all over the interior, Relentless is great for getting it to come loose of all of the nooks and crannies. So if you've got, textured door panels that are, mock leather or whatever, you can spray that Relentless on there and take a microfiber or a scrub brush and work that dirt out of there, and it will clean out majority, if not all of it, fairly easily. The most impressive thing to watch it on is if you get a vehicle that has nicotine on it, all over it, and you just spritz it with that Relentless, it'll just start running nicotine off of the panels.
Interesting.
It's quite satisfying.
A lot of smokers out there getting smoke damage to the inside of their vehicles.
Yeah, there's a handful. Truck drivers do like to smoke a bit.
That's true.
Some of them. I don't want to. Put them in a group.
Point any fingers. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to like make a stereotype, but
one thing that caught my attention on the Relentless is that it's a non-caustic formula.
Yes,
that's what it says here. So that means you can use it on. Is it safe? Like if you got it on wiring in your engine bay while you're cleaning out your engine bay with it, or something. It also says it removes grease and grime really well too.
It shouldn't cause any issues with any of that stuff. It You always want to test on stuff just to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I wouldn't spray it on bare wires, especially if they're hooked to a battery. But shouldn't hurt any of the jacketing, anything like that. It just does a really good job of the surfactant that's in it. Does a really good job of breaking up that surface tension with the dirt.
Gotcha.
So would you use the all-purpose on the exterior of your vehicle, or should you use the wash and wax?
You could use the all-purpose on the exterior if you wanted to almost do like a pre-soak. That would be a situation where you'd want to get into like a gallons thing with a sprayer.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you spray it on your tires, it's like bleach white. The brown will just start running out of the tires. It works excellent in engine bays. If you spray, all around the firewall and all that stuff, it will help take all the dirt and grime, lift the dirt and grime off of that, and then you can pressure wash it off there.
Okay.
If you have, like me, a dirty XJ engine bay, it works well.
Do you or an old ass Toyota,
right? Do you offer these in gallon?
We don't yet. So just because we've just gotten started, we started out with just our 16-ounce bottles, but going forward, we're going to look to increase our volume sizes. So we'll try to get gallons of that. The weirdest thing when you're starting a company, you have to pick a budget and stop there. Otherwise, you end up with $200,000 worth of product sitting on the floor.
Yep.
Understand
Does this
that.
sell? I don't know.
Yeah. That, or you start in one section, like you start strictly with the all-purpose cleaner and you go all the variations of that, and then you move into other sections. So yeah,
exactly.
Both as 3 business owners right here on this podcast, we fully understand that. Okay, so moving on from the Relentless, which sounds like I'm going to use it on the interior where the kiddo sits. The wash and wax is mainly for the exterior of the vehicle, and that one's the Good Soap wash and wax.
The Good Soap. So here again, we've got one of those kind of an inside joke with the naming. The Good Soap. The reason that I went with that is because I was like, what do I call my soap? Like, we wanted something to be simple, but you want it to be simple so that when somebody sees it, if we go retail, they see it on the shelf, they know exactly what it is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And everybody that comes in here, they get a truck polished and they get ready to roll out the door, and they ask me, how do I keep this polish up? How do I keep the polish? How do I maintain it? And my answer has been for years, use Good Soap.
Okay.
Fair.
That's it. Just use Good Soap. And they're like, well, what's Good Soap? I'm like, anything that says it's for a car, like anything that's designated as car wash soap is probably Good Soap. It's not it's not a dinner plate, so don't use Dawn on it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And that's what a lot of guys do. They'll wash everything with Dawn. So we came out, we started with a product that we wanted to be, bucket and foam cannon ready. And we got a base formula. And from there, we tweaked that formula to give us what we wanted out of it. So we wanted a good amount of suds with a foam cannon. We wanted it to agitate, and we wanted it to help lift the dirt off the surface to the best of its ability. Now, we do have a bit of a limitation with that because I'm selling directly to a market who has freshly polished everything. You don't want to have a formula.
Super detergent that's going to wipe off the polishing, or
Yep. You don't want to have a super detergent, anything that has an alkaline in it, or anything that's caustic like that, because it'll streak the aluminum instantly. And so anything with any kind of acid at all, citrus or anything, will turn, it will streak the aluminum, and then it'll also strip all the waxes off that you just put on there. So we went with this formula here that's a wash and wax. So it does have a wax product in it. So it will help repel water, give you a little more shine after your wash. But really, it's a good basic wash soap that won't destroy anything.
Nice.
Are you sure this isn't Dawn? It looks very similar to Dawn.
Oh, and when you open the bottle, it doesn't smell all that friendly.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have opened any of them to smell it.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
No,
so
but I got a blister on my thumb for making sure that they were all tight before we threw them in the gift boxes.
Oh my gosh, you tightened all the caps?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to make sure that none of them leaked, and then I realized that you put plugs in them. So I realized that about halfway through.
Oh my gosh. You're like, this is silly. So the wash and wax is scented with cherry. which works perfect. You put it in a bucket or a foam cannon, it smells cherry. Everything smells cherry. The problem is that's a concentrate. And so it is extra cherry.
Okay. Oh, so the wash and wax is a concentrate. Directions: pour 1 to 2 ounces into a 5-gallon bucket.
Yes.
Cool.
And so, and you can adjust that amount to your liking, depending on how much soap you want to have on your vehicle. I will say if you overuse the soap, it becomes a little bit of a burden to try to rinse back off, because it will just keep creating
sudsing. Yeah. Okay.
You're trying to rinse it off and you're like, I didn't use a foam cannon, but it's still foaming on the vehicle. The cherry scent can be a little overwhelming in the bottle, but once you put it in a bucket or in a foam cannon, it's like, that smells good. But so, yeah, I guess all of them have flavors. I guess we only have one left, right?
Yeah, but before we go to the one that's left, I wanted to ask, is there a concern about adding the wax portion before you do a ceramic spray?
No, not really. It's not that thick. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's not going to affect putting it's not going to affect putting the ceramic coating, the spray ceramic on there.
Yeah. Another layer of protection.
So, yeah. You're going to wipe it. You're going to buff it off as soon as you spray that ceramic on there.
Okay.
You're going to buff it right down into that wash and wax. So
yeah.
Cool.
that's not a concern at all.
Okay.
Cool. It just makes it the wax aspect of wash and wax really is helpful when rinsing it off, because it helps that soap get away from the panel.
Oh,
gotcha.
Instead of kind of sticking to it. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that when you go to like a car wash and they got the hot wax option on there, like if you're doing like the manual wash, the hot wax is always before the rinse, and using that before the rinse makes rinsing the vehicle off like 10 times.
Huh.
I have never noticed that.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Try it next time.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys time how long it takes you to rinse off the soap at a car wash, but it seems like a lifetime trying to rinse it all out of the nooks and crannies, down at the bottom, the windshield and the mirrors and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you go over it beforehand with the hot wax, it will just rinsing it off is like almost instant.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm. So much better.
Nice. So the last one, hold on, we have something for that.
Hola.
Did you hear that one?
No, what was that?
Oh, the audio didn't come through for you?
I heard the audio, but I don't know what it was.
You still don't know what that is?
I don't know what that is.
Oh my gosh. The more you know. Now we need to give you one of these.
Yeah, I have that button.
Yeah, I bet you do. Have you changed Birdwalk here? Have you changed? You haven't changed any of the buttons on there?
No.
On your guys' Roadcaster? No. That's fun when we get some
we
funny
started messing
buttons
around with it, and everybody got upset with all the noises we were making. They're like, "Why are you doing that?" And I was like, "All right, I'll leave it alone."
Yeah.
That's
too funny. All right, moving on to what do you have there, Tyler?
We got one left here, and it's called Tire Drip, which I think is a hilarious name.
Drip. Yes. It's the drip, man. Gotta get your drip on.
Right.
Can't be going out on the town without your tire drip.
Yeah. This is actually one of Jimmy's favorite products.
No, it's not.
Really?
I thought there's from another company. You swear by a product that's very similar to this.
Yes. 303.
Yes.
Rubber enhancing. Is that that?
Yeah.
The Aerospace 303 Aerospace.
That is not the same.
Okay. Gotcha.
So tire drip, again, another like inside joke, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys are aware, but when somebody is dressed real nice, it is like somebody's outfit is called their drip. You know, like, dang, man, you got nice drip. Like, you got drip. And so, again, us goofing around, we just decided to call it tire drip because it's funny. And also, if used correctly, it can look pretty wet.
Mm-hmm.
So we're also working on another tire. So I'll tell you about this one. A tire drip is a water-based rubber, vinyl, and plastic. So it's good for your tires, and it's also good for your interior, everything but leather. You can use it on leather, but use it at your own risk. Always check for color fastness in a unobscure place.
Okay.
And so you can use it inside and out. That's why it has that nice new car scent that it has.
Okay.
Because it's made for inside as well. You can do your dashboards and your door panels and seats if they're vinyl, all of those things. And it will give it a nice look. It also does have a layer of protection in it. I don't know what 303's formula is, and I haven't used it in so long I couldn't tell you, but I do know that I like this product.
Okay.
It is my favorite. It is so far my favorite, like basically RVP, my favorite rubber vinyl plastic. And so when you apply it to your tires, the way it's meant to be applied is spritz it all over the tire, and you cover it, and then come back with a microfiber or an applicator and just basically wipe it all down. And what it's going to leave you with is a nice clean matte finish, and it will repel dirt and water to some degree.
Nice.
So you can use that. Yep. Obviously, if you take it on the trail, it's not going to, do that, but it's also not going to give you that extra wet show car, silicone look. And it's not going to sling everywhere as long as you wipe it back down a little bit. You can leave it on there like kind of damp on the tire. It's fine. It'll soak right into the rubber. But if you leave it to the point where you can see blue on the tire, it is going to sling a little bit, but it's water based, so it'll wipe right.
Gotcha. Says you can use it on interior surfaces. So that's all your door panels, your dashboard, that kind of stuff. Engine bay as well. So what are the...
Yep, you can. If you're going to do an engine bay thing, one of the coolest things to do in there, if you're doing your hoses, if you're basically at that point, you're sprucing up for like a car show. But what you would do, a good way to do this is wash down your engine bay, get it all clean. So take your Relentless, spray everything down, take your pressure washer or garden hose. Pressure washer does work the best, and rinse your engine bay. And then while it's still wet, take your RVP and just kind of rinse everything, kind of give everything a nice little coating. I wouldn't go extra ham on it. You don't want it running off of everything, but since it's water based, it will blend right in with the water. And from there, you can just shut the hood.
Just let it engine dry.
Yep. Just let it marinate.
Yeah, wow, it does say close your hood and turn on your vehicle for about 10 minutes to let the excess product evaporate. Interesting. Yep.
That's the cool way to do that, because then when you open it back up, it's just this nice kind of gloss on everything.
Nice.
Just a nice clean look. So if you're trying to flip a vehicle, it's
I do have a vehicle I need to sell right now. So
there you go.
Somebody pops the hood open and sees that thing all drippy wet like that. They're like, oh gosh, that tire drip? Man, it looks good.
Yeah. Very fancy.
No, that's it. That's that engine drip.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you were saying earlier that all these had a different kind of smell to them that you purposefully did?
They do. We did not talk about the first two.
No, we didn't.
First two? No. Yeah. Well, the first one is the big one. The ceramic. Did you guys give that one a sniff?
No.
We haven't opened any of them.
Do you have it?
We're going to do it.
Do you have any of them sitting right in front of you?
We got them right here.
You don't even have to pull the plug out.
No.
Yeah, you don't even have to pull the plug
all
out.
Right,
you just pull the cap off and smell it.
We're sniffing your bottles.
We're
Sniff it.
That one's delicious. Like, I want to drink it. Is it?
Don't.
I can't. It's
I think it says somewhere on there, don't do that.
Bubblegumish.
I was going to say it smells like bubblegum to me.
You guys are off, but yeah, it's a good smell. That one is banana.
Oh, banana.
Okay.
We're way off.
The ceramic almost gives a little bit of a spice.
All right, I got a complaint now. Why didn't you make the Razzle Dazzle raspberry?
Oh,
because our blending facility didn't have raspberry.
Oh.
Otherwise, I would have. It was either going to be raspberry or blueberry.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of those would be good.
And I was thinking about doing blueberry for the tire drip, but we ended up not doing that either. And they didn't have blueberry, but per my request of blueberry, they now have acquired blueberry.
Now they have a blueberry.
About time. Yeah. Seems it's strange. You start getting pull when you order like 3,000 to 5,000 bottles.
Yeah.
There you go. Definitely.
Like, are you going to want more? Yeah, I am.
Yes. All right, we're on to the all-purpose now. Doing
Relentless.
The Relentless. We're sniff testing.
The Relentless. Okay, yeah, that one you're not going to be able to tell.
We're not. I was going to say it smells good. It
smells
great.
Citrusy.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, Jimmy got it. That's exactly
what it is.
Lemon.
I was going to say a lemon or an orange, but
just a lemon citrus.
Gotcha.
Yep. So because it's an all-purpose like that, it already has that kind of that citrus cleaner smell anyway. And so trying to cover that up, I felt like that was like kind of useless. Like, let's just not put something over top of it trying to mask it.
A lot of times though, stuff that's lemony tends to have a lot of acid in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, the scents themselves do not.
Yeah, this is the thing that really sticks out to me with Relentless is that it's non-caustic, non-acidic. And so now when I smell it, my mind automatically thinks acidic, but I'm like, it isn't though.
You're playing with us, Steve.
I know.
Yeah, I'm messing with you. messing with your head.
And the wash and wax, I got that one. That one's cherry.
I haven't smelled that one yet.
Yeah, through the cap, the cherry comes through just fine. When you pull that cap off, it gets like almost I don't want to say sulfur, but it's kind of almost a borderline like sulfur smell almost.
A sulfur.
Like, that's weird.
Sulfur
smelling.
cherry. Tyler can't get the plug out. So we're not going to bother with it right now.
Yeah, you need a pocket screwdriver for that.
Oh, is that the trick?
That's the trick. Take a flathead pocket screwdriver and come up under the lip. Get a nice small gear wrench pocket screwdriver.
Yeah.
And
Tyler had a hard time taking this lid off. I must have tightened these lids on.
Yeah, you must have.
I don't know what that one. We're on the RVP, the tire drip. We're trying to smell that one. I think you even told us what it was, but I don't remember.
I did.
It smells like new car.
Oh, that's what it is.
It smells like new car. Yeah. Yeah. It's new car, but it's not like the new car that you would expect from like a Christmas tree air freshener.
Yeah. The pine scent.
Yeah.
It's a little different than that. Yeah. Not the pine, like, you get a new car one. Like, I don't know if you guys, when I was like 16, my cousin and I had gotten new car air fresheners or whatever, put them in the vehicle we were driving at the time. And now anytime I smell that smell, like I can smell it from, 10 cars down.
Yeah.
Somebody opens up a door, has got one of them Christmas trees. I can smell it instantly. And it just takes me back to my childhood. I'm like, well, I'm 16.
Nice.
Jimmy gets those in PB Blaster though.
Yes, I do.
Dude, what? Oh, you get the Christmas trees and PB Blasters?
Yeah. I just get the Christmas trees, leave them out for like a year in the sun. So they just lose all their scent. And then I douse them in PB and then I put them in my trucks.
Yeah.
Seemingly, there's got to be a better way.
Yeah, I could probably just order them that way, but who knows? So awesome. We have a wide variety of things that are going in the gift boxes for everybody. I really appreciate you helping us out with this. This is fun. And I think all of we have a good amount of shared listeners too, I'm sure, from your guys' podcast and ours. So that I think everybody's going to be pretty excited to get these. But what other products do you guys currently supply? Because I know you have at least 6 products and we're giving 4 of them away. Do you have more than 6?
Yes. Well, we felt like the other 2 weren't very necessary for the off-road community. So we've got 2 metal polishes. We've got our strictly metal polish, which is our fast cut formula. And then we have our Mista Spot, which is the new sprayable metal polish. It's a maintainer.
Oh, okay.
So like, Tyler, did you get yours? Did you get your race lines powder coated?
Negative. They're still the
Just
bare
raw?
metal. Yeah, the raw.
Okay. So the Mista Spot would be cool for you after you get done washing the Toyota off at the end of a trip or whatever, if you wash it. Take your Relentless and spray down your wheels and your tires, and then take your good soap, throw it in a foam cannon, and give her an old wash there. Once you're done washing it, take some of that Mista Spot and just kind of spritz it inside the wheel, just kind of a real light coating across the wheel, and then take a microfiber and just buff it until it's gone.
Okay.
Yep.
And
that will clean up. That'll clean up the oxidation on the wheels and should remove some of the staining. Now, off-road staining is a little more aggressive, so you might have to go to the strictly metal polish, but it should take most of it off there. And then also it's got sealants in it, so it's going to seal that up against other staining down the road.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 other metal polishing products. Is there anything else that you're currently selling?
As far as our liquids, that's that. And then we have some towels. We've got our premium edgeless microfibers. We have our terry cloths. A lot of our stuff is directed kind of towards the polishing side. We have terry towel applicators. We have foam cannons. We also have wash mitts. And I think that is it for the products. And then we have a couple.
Nice.
So
Okay. So
what about in the future?
Yeah, future. Anything coming out that's besides larger volume of what you're currently selling?
It would depend on how far you want to look into the future.
Near future.
Near future.
Yeah.
Near future, we're going to do a restock on what we currently have. We are looking at a ceramic detailer. So different than the ceramic spray coating in the fact that it doesn't have the carnauba in it. One of the complaints that I've gotten from a little bit of the show community is the product with the carnauba in it is a little more work to take back off. And the reason for that is if you use too much, if you kind of soak the whole panel with the razzle dazzle and your rag gets wet, you're trying to buff carnauba off while reapplying carnauba. And so it starts to get a little bit of a mess going on. So we're working on a ceramic detail right now that's going to be no carnauba, but also it'll have all the ceramic, it'll have all the benefits of ceramic, but it won't have the carnauba in there. So it'll be an easy wipe on, wipe off. Shouldn't leave any residue behind. Just a lot easier, quick detail.
Nice.
Okay. That sounds great.
So that's something, and that's something that you could use in conjunction with Razzle Dazzle. So
kind of like a top off or a filler almost.
It's going to be called Touch Up.
A touch up there. That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be the name for it. So, we're working on that right now, trying to finalize a formula. We got a couple of samples from the chemist, and we're working with that. I sent that out with my most picky customer and his black Peterbilt. And I said, "Oh, you're going to Florida this week? Here, take this with you and try it." So I'm waiting to hear what his results are.
Yeah.
Cool. Since he basically has a black billboard on the side of it. So he's going to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
well, cool.
Yeah, so we're working on that.
Anything else?
We're just gonna make some adjustments. We got a couple of little tweaks that we want to make to our metal polish. After using it for a little bit, I'm going to play with that some more and see if I can make it even better than it already is, because there's always room for growth.
Yeah.
So
keep innovating. Making stuff better for everybody. Yeah, that's
exactly
sets good companies apart from bad ones, in my opinion.
That is the goal. To continue to make that. Obviously we're a metal polishing shop first, and so working on that. I think at some point I'd really like to, if we can grow into a bigger footprint, I'd like to hire in a detailer more to do product R&D than to detail cars.
Okay.
But basically hiring somebody who knows the industry, has been in it for a long time, and can really R&D products. And how much life are we getting out of this? We can start doing some different testing and things like that. So
that'd be
working
cool.
towards that. Yeah. And then there's, when it comes to detailing products, there's so many. We're going to do a leather clip conditioner at some point. I'll tell you guys. No, I won't.
You can tell us off air.
Tell us off air.
You have to wait. You have to wait on that one.
Okay.
There's a little something. There's a little gag gift coming out that's going to be pretty entertaining.
Excellent.
That we're working on. It's going to be good. You will all like it. Trust me.
I believe it.
You'll either like it or you'll have a different opinion about me.
Okay.
So
fair.
Working on that. We're going to be working on apparel, things like that. I want to get to a point where the product side of things and the apparel side of things can more support us, so that we can lean into social media and giving out good content for everyone.
Nice.
So that's kind of where we're going here.
Cool. I like it. If people wanted to look up and see where they can get some more tire drip or some more razzle dazzle, where do they do that at?
How many people do you think were upset listening to this whole thing going, where do I see it?
Mm-hmm.
So you can check out all of our products that we have at www.summershinesupply.com.
Perfect.
Yes. Hopefully they heard that and understand that. You can put that in show notes as well.
Yes, we will do that.
We'll have a big link down there for everybody. So, yep.
Yeah.
And then your social media. So those all Summershine.
We should give you guys a discount code.
I'm sure our listeners would love that. We can definitely get that
as
out there for people.
well as Tyler
and me. Yeah.
Do we do like ST 4x4?
Yeah, sure.
That would work. So ST 4x4 will get you guys a nice discount on any Summershine products here. Is that going to be site wide on Summershine Supply?
I think we can do that.
Sweet.
I will double check that, and we will figure out exactly what that amount will be, and we'll get up there. Either way, there will be some variety of discount. Yeah,
I'll be driving out to Moab with the Bronco, so I'll put some of this stuff on the Bronco and see how it does for the whole trip, the 4-day trip out there. So
you're gonna like the Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah,
it's got to be one of my favorites. I love it.
He already wants more. He told we always order a very, very small amount of excess in case people lose boxes or we want product in our hands. Mm-hmm. And Tyler's already pretty much claimed all of the ceramic spray for himself that's left over.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the banana.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. He just likes those curvy bananas.
That's funny.
When we get to the point where we're able to do gallons, we'll get you a gallon shipped out, Tyler.
Sweet.
That way you can refill.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Excellent. Well,
Awesome, man.
Thanks for coming on, Steve.
Yeah,
it's good to talk to you.
Absolutely.
Are you still doing a podcast? What's happening there?
Some days. Depends on the week. The podcast has currently taken a back seat to everything else that we've got going on. I don't like it, but at the same time, we did 150 episodes even straight through where I didn't miss a week.
Yeah.
And really the killer was when my computer, so I have a designated computer that is got a lot of big parts in it to make my job easy and fast. I used to be able to edit an 1.5 hour long podcast and an 1 hour long Patreon and have all of it done and posted in 45 minutes.
Wow.
It now takes about 35 minutes just to export.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
So what do we need to do to fix your computer? Is there anybody, where are you at? Are you outside of Chicago?
We're south of Chicago, about 2 hours.
South of if there's anybody listening that's south of Chicago, about 2 hours that knows how to work on computers, hit up Summershine.
Hit up Summershine. We know what's wrong with it. So I had it built by a buddy of mine who's also in the automotive industry, or at least in the hobby. He owns a computer shop down in Kentucky, and I had him build it for me back in 2020. We know what the problem is. I just need to ship it down to him so that he can fix it and ship it back. The problem I have currently is I don't have a box. I used to have a box for that thing, and I don't know where the box went. And it's a full size tower.
Yeah.
So it's not a small piece. Shipping's no big deal. I'll just come in here, print a label for it, and let it rip.
Yeah.
But I have to
package it.
I have to find that box. Yeah, I have to find the box with all the styrofoam, the accoutrement to go in it. So,
Understood.
Nice.
Once I get that figured out and send it off to him and get it, hopefully he'll get it all dialed. And he'll definitely fix it. I just don't know if we'll be able to retain the information on the hard drive, which really is a bummer. Yeah, that's life. It is what it is. Everything of most importance is backed up on my externals anyway. So we should be good, but I have to send it down to him. It needs to have a few things done to it because something happened. It got hit by lightning one time.
Wow.
And that messed it up. And then lightning hit the tree, and we have the line of sight internet. It hit the tree and went through the Cat 5 into the house, through the power adapter, and then into the computer via it went through everything. It went through the Wi-Fi or through the router and into the computer, and it smoked 1 or 2 of the display ports on the graphics card, which the graphics card when I got it was cheap, $600. Now you go to rebuy that, and that same graphics card now is like $1,400.
Yeah. They're crazy these days.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bitcoin.
Yeah, they went way up. Yeah. I don't know. I think it was mostly COVID. The COVID pricing fucked it all up. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to send that off, get it fixed. Once I get it fixed, it'll make life easier to do that again. But right now we're just pouring into getting this website up and running and getting things ironed out here. It would help if I would stop shipping out packages that don't have the contents they're supposed to have in it. That's been a fun 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's always a fun process to get quality control figured out on.
The guy that runs shipping is just worthless. But we're working on it.
Yeah. Nice.
There's always room for improvement, buddy.
Yep. It would help if he was if he could read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well, cool, man. Thanks for taking a couple hours. We were chatting a little bit before recording. So thanks for taking a couple hours out of the day and sitting down with us and getting to share these products with everybody. And hopefully we'll be able to get some more sales coming into you. I'll be coming back for definitely some more of the razzle dazzle. But yeah, I'm going to play around with the other stuff too and see how it goes.
I hope everybody loves the product. And if you don't love the product, please let me know, because I look to improve stuff. So
cool.
If it's not what you expected, or if you think that there's a way that it could be better, please let me know.
Sweet. I like that. I'm a big fan of feedback for improvements on stuff. So
there's no such thing as one and done.
No, never. All right, man. Well, awesome. I guess this comes to the part of the show where I like to put everyone on the spot. So you ready?
Sugar.
Too bad if you're not. Jimmy, final
the same thing.
Nice. Jimmy, final words for everybody.
I'm curious if he's now using his own supply of cleaners and things for inside of his shop, or if he's still using other companies.
Oh no, we are 100% using all of our own stuff. Yeah,
nice.
I still dabble with other products, like just R&D basically.
Mm-hmm.
But just kind of putting them up against ours to see where we stand.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, now we're using basically all of our own products.
Nice.
It's more cost effective if nothing else.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice. Steve, any final words for everybody out there?
Any final words? Get your junk off jack stands and go 4-wheeling this year.
Who's that to? Is that to everybody out there?
Everybody.
I think he's just talking to himself.
That's to all you people in the jack stand support group.
I like it. And with that, my friends, keep crawling.
You mean catch on the trail.
Love it. I got one for you.
I'm ready.
What did the baby corn say to the mama corn?
I don't know.
Where's Papa Corn?
I don't get it. Where's Papa Corn? Popcorn. Got it. Okay. I had to work that one out for a second.
Jeez. Yeah, you did.